Bet you thought that there was going to be 7 reasons Japanese bikes are better than European bikes, huh? So what gives? Are there only 5 reasons Japanese bikes are better than Euro snob saddles? Did old Yammie forget his shtick? Is the end near? Believe it or not, sometimes your Papa Yam just likes to make sure I'm keeping you on your toes. Hello, my sweet 2-wheel loving children. I am your host, the illustrious and immortal shabby dude, Hammy Lube, Yammie, Noob, back once again to deliver the sweet motorcycle content you've come to know and love. Today, we're going to wade into dangerous territory and discuss 5 reasons Japanese bikes are better than their European counterparts. This one is sure to drum up some controversy, but I promise you, there will only be truth in this episode. Be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel. We're doing huge things here at Yammie Noob and you should be a part of it. Be sure to hit that bell and get notified too. I wouldn't want you missing out on all this grade A primo motorcycling content. That'd be a shame. Wouldn't that be a shame? That'd be terrible. Also want to give a quick shout out to Otmo for supporting the channel. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about them later in this video. Which means we should probably get started. You're here for motorcycle content, not for jibber jabber from your sweet noob. So without further ado, let's check out what all the fuss is about when it comes to Japanese bikes. Hit up old Dr. Google with a search for the top motorcycles or something similar, and I'll bet you'll find all of the big 4 in the top 10. You'll probably find some of my list there too because Yammie's SEO is just so on point. Hell, I'll take that a step further and wager that most lists put the big 4 in the top 5. That's a lot of numbers. In case you're new to the motorcycling world, the big 4 are Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha. And they're called the big 4 for a reason. These guys, Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha, dominate in global sales every single year. In 2014, Honda reported sales of 16 million units worldwide, whereas Harley only sold 260,000, and Ducati, nice as they may be, only sold 44,000 units. That's a pretty big gap in sales, and those numbers have inflated even more over the last 4 years. So Ducati boys can sit in the corner and eat their biscottis while Daddy Japan outsells the ever-loving Christ out of them. Now, to be fair to our dear old Euro snobs, Ducati doesn't produce as many bikes every year as most companies, so obviously it would be difficult to compete in a straight numbers game. But if you look at the percentage of bikes sold versus the percentage of bikes produced, the numbers don't really differ all that much. Choosing your 2-wheeled partner is an incredibly personal decision, and while I may be a Triumph-loving noob, you might be a BMW-loving bastard. Who knows? I mean, you'd be wrong to love BMW over Triumph, but who am I to tell you what to think? I'm just a 2-time Daytona slayer. Triumph, cut me a check. For the love of God, I can sell so many Daytonas, it will make your head spin. What I do know is that it's kind of like choosing who you're gonna marry. You have to take a lot of things into consideration, like, can I afford this one? How's it look? How's it handle rough patches? What's the ride like? Moving on. The first reason Japanese bikes are better than the European bros: price. If money talks, Japan listened. The big 4 produce bikes that are appealing and affordable. They mass produce, which means they can afford to sell at a lower profit margin than companies that don't produce that many bikes. The parts are also priced lower than European bikes. Whether it's an alternator cover or a new set of fairings, the parts for a European bike typically cost twice as much as the parts for a Japanese model. It's ridiculous. Suffice it to say, you can get a lot more bike within your budget with a Japanese bike than you can ever dream about getting with a European model. Price a Ducati or a BMW against a Ninja, and the bang for buck factor is damn near indisputable. Moving on to number 2 as to why Japanese bikes absolutely trounce European bikes. Number 2. Ease of maintenance. When you go and buy a car, there are inevitably a few brands that are instantly associated with high repair cost. For most of us mere mortals, when it's time to purchase a new car, we tend to avoid the ones we can't work on ourselves. Hell, who wants a car you can't even change your own oil on? Motorcycles are the exact same way. Just like a BMW car needs to be taken to the dealership for repairs and maintenance, so does the BMW line of motorcycles. I feel like there's a lot of negativity around BMW and Ducati in this list, so I want to make it a point to say that both BMW and Ducati make a beautiful machine, and in many ways they actually outperform their Japanese competitors. But let's not talk about why Japanese bikes dominate the racing categories and why they're also dominant in MotoGP. Yeah, let's totally not touch on that. That's a little too spicy, even for your old yam. Anyway, back to maintenance. So the Japanese models are generally easier to maintain. You can either work on the bikes yourself with limited specialty tools required, or you can find a shop with a mechanic who knows their way around them pretty easily. Seriously, with a set of hex keys and some metric sockets, you can basically break down most big 4 import bikes down to the frame. Now I know what you're thinking. You could take a European bike to the shop and drop it off just as easily as a Japanese model. But here's the thing. Depending on where you live, it can be pretty difficult to find shops that are going to be able to work on those European bikes. Don't get me wrong, most mechanics have a general understanding of what they need to do, but just like cars, you don't take a Ferrari to any Joe Schmo shop. You take a Ferrari to the Ferrari shop because they specialize in, well, Ferraris. If you splurge and get a Euro bike and you live in a rural area, finding someone with adequate skills to work on your bike without destroying it can be pretty difficult. That's why dealer network and availability is crucial for the Big Four success. If you buy an Aprilia, good luck getting it serviced anywhere. Now, speaking of service and repairs, that's not limited to our two-wheeled obsession. Sometimes your cage needs service too, but you'll be damned if you pay full price for it, which is why today's video is supported by Otmo. Otmo is an alternative to car warranties. What does that mean? It means it's a month-to-month contract for a warranty. No upfront rolled-in costs, no pushy salesman, none of that. It's the Netflix of car warranties. Otmo and chill, no, that's a horrible pitch. You sign up all online, take a video of your car, and get started. All mechanical and electrical repairs are covered under Otmo, and if you don't file a claim, you're eligible to get that cash back. Otmo is founded by a former mechanic with over 14 years of experience, so the guy knows a thing or two about repairs. Guys, jump in on this one because for a limited time, Otmo is offering $25 Amazon gift card for any Yammie fans by clicking the link below and filling out the form. Seriously, no purchase necessary, just fill out the form. You must have a 2009 or newer vehicle to qualify, however. Again, click the link below, fill out the form, and Otmo will contact you for your gift card. Get started with Otmo and get covered. Okay, enough about cages, let's get back to bikes. Our third item on the list of why Japanese bikes are superior to European ones. Reason number 3. Reliability. Yamaha, Suzuki, Honda, and Kawasaki all rank in the top 5 reliable brands. That's right, the Big Four take 4 of the 5 spots. Consumer Reports conducted a study with more than 12,000 riders and found that the Japanese Big Four came in at 11 to 15% in regards to repairs needed or mechanical malfunction within the first 4 years of life of the motorcycle. Do the math for 11% of 16 million units. And that's just Honda. Now, let's look at the numbers for brands outside of the Big Four. Harley-Davidson and Victory bikes made up the next bracket of 17 to 26%, which means our European buddies should probably get their thumbs ready, because it looks like there's going to be a lot of walking in their futures. Triumph, Ducati, BMW, and Can-Am made up the bottom bracket of reliability, with Tyrrell, Ducati, and BMW bringing up the very bottom of the bracket, with a surprising estimated failure rate of roughly 40% by their 4th birthdays. That means that almost half of the BMW and Ducati models sold will require some type of repair outside of normal maintenance within 4 years of leaving the showroom floor. Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. There is a 4 times greater chance that a BMW will need repair than a Yamaha, said Consumer Reports deputy editor Jeff Bartlett. That's pretty significant when you consider the cost of servicing a BMW is substantially higher. BMW makes great bikes, but the BMW owner needs to have a few dollars set aside for repairs. Alright, I'm starting to feel a little bad for our Euro bros, but my relationship with Triumph is starting to make a little more sense. Sadomasochism, anyone? Anyone? Bueller? European bikes for your inner fetishist. Let's keep going. That brings us to number 4, parts availability. Here's the thing, parts are a numbers game. Honda, Kawasaki, Suzuki, and Yamaha sell and produce more motorcycles every single year than any other brand, so it makes sense that they would also manufacture more parts, making it easier and more affordable to get the parts you need. Don't be fooled by the lower prices though. The quality is there. It's just a numbers game, supply and demand and all that. Economies of scale, Japanese industrial might, post-World War II economic miracles, you know the drill, you're a cultured person, you watch Yammie Noob, you must be. And lastly, my dear squidlets, I present to you our final knowledge bomb in today's sermon. Reason number 5, the Japanese motorcycles are just plain better than European ones. Variety. It's called the spice of life for a reason. The catalog of options offered by the Big Four is double, sometimes more than triple that of European brands. Let's run the numbers, shall we? The model variety manufactured by these lovely brands might surprise you. Then again, if you've watched the rest of the list, maybe this won't surprise you. Leading the pack is Yamaha with 2,917 offerings. Coming in the closest second place possible is Honda with 2,916 offerings. Suzuki has 2,150 and Kawasaki has 2,011. That's a lot of options, almost 10,000 of them, which means you're sure to find something to fit your style, budget, or skill level, or to something to buy on a whim and ride some wicked wheelies on. You do you, my man. On the other hand, we have much more limited manufactured models offered by European brands brands. BMW pulls in some pretty strong numbers at 1,003, but Ducati and Triumph only offer 701 and 713 respectively. Are there other European brands out there? Yes, absolutely. You got Husqvarna, Aprilia, but these three are the most popular, and even their numbers seem dismal compared to the big four. All in all, the mass production and quality offered by the big four are pretty unbeatable. And those are the facts about why the big four Japanese bikes are just plain superior to European ones. What do you think, guys? Have I gone too far this time? Have I triggered the Ducati Biscotti among you? Let me know in the comments below. Let's turn that comment section into an absolute wasteland. Also, I'd be remiss to not mention our bike giveaway. I'm restoring and building up a CB900, also known as the Honda Hornet 919, and giving it away. It turns out it's a big four machine. Check the link in the description to learn how you can jump on board for a chance to win. And be sure to check out Otmo's revolutionary way to do car warranty. Seriously guys, it's an awesome company. You should check them out. Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Fact: homosexuality was still classified as an illness in Sweden in 1979. Swedes responded by calling into work sick, saying they felt gay. Tell you what, boss, I got the big gay. Can't come into work today. Goodbye.